Hi Leo, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Due to me not getting around to actually posting the weekly reads for this current week, I'm going to do a brief next 48-hour reading for you, as well as the three other signs that I read for. But this is meant to be timeless in the sense of whenever you're guided or drawn to this video, it's meant to be for you. All right, so apply as you should. It could also be somewhere surrounding when you're watching this. But we're going to begin and pull an animal card, and then we're going to pull a Moonology card and some tarot. So let's do some shuffling. I feel like you're doing a lot of thinking, doing a lot of potentially strategizing, resting, and busyness also being applicable for your next 48. But I feel like the future is on your mind, the future. But Spirit's saying, what about the past are you putting out of your mind or viewing at with rose tinted glasses that could benefit your future? I don't know why that's coming out. Something will happen is what I'm getting. So responsibility and companionship coming out. There's a feeling that you have this, they're saying untainted loyalty about you with the dog card coming out, to yourself, to what you want, to potentially a position or a business. But Spirit is saying, why have you started to doubt that something's going to go the distance? Remember how efficiently what you think affects your external reality and the future of a situation. So, in your life as a whole. So, channel your thoughts to your advantage. That came out in the daily I just did. But your responsible nature, either needing to tap into that more so or continue utilizing it to your advantage and to benefit this or that throughout the week, that's going to come into play. Now, with this imagery here, you can see there's a lot going on. All right, not everything's black and white in your life. There's more that goes on behind the scenes than people realize. The chaotic status of your mind at times due to your overthinking habit, potentially due to spirit speaking through your mind. For me, it's typically my spirituality. I don't know about you. But I feel like your innate ability to get something done when the time is right, that's also coming into play. There's a power about you where even when you're feeling small, your presence is quite relevant, important, and large. I feel like your ability to affect a situation positively as well is coming into play. But remember, when you have that ability, you can also affect it in the opposite sense, in a negative sense. Um, have you been a little bit frustrated recently? I'm getting that vibe because I'm a Leo sun if you're new to the channel, and I've been quite frustrated with more than one aspect of my life. Certain levels of spiritual messing with for me, and my dreams have been like, they're saying off the wall. And I just feel like you're going to have your eyes on the clock, okay? Numbers being a part of your next 48, music being relevant, what you watch, engage with content online, stuff of that. I feel like it's a very guided next 48 as far as synchronicities and reminders, informing, stuff like that, okay? Not just your spirituality playing into and driving that, but you intuitively doing it without even realizing it. Maybe one or two points where you do realize it, but you're well spoken and then you're not. And this may frustrate you, but again, you could be affected by spirituality, energy, stuff like that. It could just be you being tired. Why do I feel so tired at certain points recently? And even in the next 48, because you need to heal, because you're going through a lot, because you might be pushed to feel this way so you can heal before a big chapter, before something picks back up or something of the sort. Does that make sense? So it may be just this temporary exhaustion at certain points, and potentially in the whole 48-hour period for you. But I sense that you have just a presence about you that feels a bit dark at times, whether it's more your mood, what you're going through, your spirituality once again. So, I mean, the amount of times I've mentioned spirituality, it's going to be a very spiritual next 48. But they're saying, let's be honest, you're a spiritual being. Let's pull from the Moonology deck. I heard when I looked at this, zebras behind. There's a vibe where in one way or a couple ways, we need you to look behind you Okay, maybe actually physically, but again, I need to remember something about your past, but if not, a couple things. But don't look back otherwise, okay? Because thinking about what you didn't make last the best out of potentially, what didn't work out is not going to do you justice, but we do need you to remember this so that once again. Anyways, we're looking forward, but not too much as well. Everything in moderation, my friend. Everything is, I'm hearing strategic. What else do we have for Leo? There might be moments where you're feeling kind of uptight, closed in a bit, claustrophobic even. You are going to feel like you just want to break free, move forward, do more, accomplish more, wanting more growth and progress. Spirit's saying, just breathe because things are happening as they're meant to. I mean, we are in the second half of the month. If you're watching this close to when I'm reading, posting this. And I remember in your mid-month money and career read, it started with take a deep breath. Things are progressing for you as they're meant to. But what do you need to release? The next 48 talks about you needing to release certain emotions that are pent up, certain expectations about yourself, but also tying that into, interestingly enough, what you need to release as far as habits go. Are you overspending, over consuming, overthinking, stuff like that, over focusing? But all the meanwhile, it's time to take action, whether it's more in regards to what you need to release, and or as far as, I know for me, it's going to be with my channel. I need to take action in regards to that, action as far as healing, stuff of that nature. I mean, apply it as you may. I may not have mentioned exactly what it is for you, but we're going to take those two. But also believe in the impossible when it comes to the power of you, when it comes to your future, the future of a situation. Let's pull some tarot. We're going to use the Mermaid deck. Change is on your mind. You can't help it. You can't help but think about change, and Spirit saying, but are there other changes that you could be making, or one specific change that will help you acquire, see that change manifest before your very eyes, or just simply come to be? And you did see the King of Wands there as well at the split deck, talking about you being one bold, passionate, loyal individual once again. In the next 2 days, definitely remind you and point out the fact that that's just a fact. The Three of Pentacles, gaining attention. This could be online. This could be, either way, it's spotlight. It could be in person. There's a sense of you needing to implement more self-care, take care of yourself. If there's an imperfection or two that you're overly focusing on or noticing at certain points, do what you know you need to do, what you've learned best up until this point, to make sure that's diminished or taken care of. You feel better about it, but your looks are coming into play. But Spirit's saying, that was very interesting. More importantly, how are you feeling? Okay, we get that you're very, at times, vain for some. I know I am. You may be just very focused on your looks at times, and other people are focused on your appearance. But your energy is very much part of your appearance, right? Your feelings tying into it. So we just need you to be feeling tip-top shape towards the end and after this 48-hour period. Even if it takes a little bit longer than the next 2 days. Heal your energy, my friend, your feelings. Okay, your emotions matter. They're not to be diminished. I mean, okay, they're not to be ignored. The Nine of Wands, because I just feel like you're a bit burnt out. All right, we did speak upon that. The Four of Swords, as I struggle to pick it up. You might be thinking about how you're aging and how that's affecting your ability to do more, to balance things out, to accomplish this or that. You might just feel certain aches and pains, or that might be part of why you're feeling tired. Anyways, I'm not that young anymore. Anyways, but the Four of Swords, because I feel like there's truly a guided and protected vibe and reminder in the next 48. You might find that you're very much surrounded by spirits, and this could feel overwhelming. It could feel even comforting at the same time, or at separate points, excuse me, but it could mess with you all the meanwhile. Make sure you're eating enough healthy foods and consuming enough water. I sense that you're just spacing out or accomplishing this or that, or just very wrapped up with other factors of your day-to-day life, and you're forgetting the essentials like that. And all the meanwhile neglecting the taking care of yourself to an extent, if not fully. But this being a very healing energy, all the meanwhile, you might be coming off a little bit cold in energy. I'm hearing by accident, or it could just be you being very aware of this. But I again feel like you're going through a little bit, or you're just going through that healing. Oh, look at that prosperity. I didn't even see this. It feels like the next 2 days where you're gaining certain levels of prosperity, or at the very least being pushed to realign your focus, to acknowledge, to be grateful for the prosperity, because it feels like at times what you don't have, that sense of lack or the imperfections, take such a focus, are highlighted so often that you can't or don't remember to acknowledge. Okay, again, be grateful for. It feels like this is the next 48 where in maybe one or two ways you are showing off a little bit, right? But in a very humble way, grounded way. But if you look at the peacock not having the feathers exposed, opened up, you're choosing to keep to yourself, or you're choosing to not show off to the extent that you once would have or have been, or could be. And so Spirit's saying this is, again, reminding you, or very much evidence of the fact that you need to heal or are. And it just feels purposeful, all right? It's not a bad thing. It just also is a 48-hour period where as you gain attention for your spirituality, for your presence, for all you're going through, and what you're capable of, your talent, I want to say, it's going to remind you what you're made out of and what lies ahead. And again, if we didn't already speak upon it, because I blank out in these readings, the past will tie into what you're going through, but even more so what lies ahead. All right? So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy the next 2 days, and I'll see you next time, Leo.